Well, hello everyone, welcome to another very exciting episode right here on the MIgardener channel. I am so excited for this episode because we're with our beautiful peach tree. Now this episode is going to be about increasing the size of fruit because so often around this time of year, we're harvesting our fruit or we're taking pictures of fruit and people, they comment or they send us messages saying, Luke, I can't seem to get the size of fruit that you're getting. Everything is smaller than what you show in your videos. How come that is? And I have one very simple way to increase the size of your fruit. It's so simple that this video does not have to be very long because it's something that goes above all the other tips. Whether you're fertilizing and your plant is healthy, or it's been a really great growing season, your plant is stress-free, it's put on tons of fruit, everything could be going perfect. But if you miss this one tip, your fruit could still be less than average sized. And that tip is watering. So we're here with our peach tree, and I think this is just such a wonderful example of the concept of watering. So you can see here we've got just these absolutely beautiful peaches. We're loaded up. We have not culled this variety at all. We've let it self-cull. Culling is the process of removing fruit so that the tree or plant can focus more energy on ripening and enlarging the fruit that it does have. And so this is a tip that a lot of people will promote, and I actually don't cull. I let my tree self-cull because I'm a firm believer that if I'm doing everything that I can do to make sure that my tree is healthy, that it is growing, that it is stress-free, that it's producing well, that it will actually sustain the fruit that it can sustain. It will drop what it can't sustain, and that's called self-culling. It's a method that's worked great for us in the past and still continues to work great for us today. But what we don't want to do is we don't want to just take off fruit unnecessarily because you don't know what the tree could produce. But let's take a quick look at this tree real quick so you can see just how much fruit is on here and the size of the fruit. Because contrary to popular belief, most people would look at this tree and say, you've got to remove some of that fruit, otherwise you won't have large fruit. Check this out. So as you can see, this tree here has no shortage of peaches. This is going to be a record year for our peaches. And you can see just how many peaches are on this tree. We're going to get probably roughly close to 100 pounds of peaches just from this tree alone. And this tree is remarkably only 3 years old. 3 years since we planted it. It's probably about 6 years old total, but it's only been in the ground for 3 years. And you can see the size of these peaches. They're actually really nice size. So what do we do differently? We water differently. That is the only thing we do different. When it comes to watering, we make sure that in a specific time of fruiting, we water more. And that is during the fruit enlarging phase. This is approximately 1 month before the fruit is ripe. So what I like to do is I like to say our average ripening date for these peaches, for this variety here, is around August 10th. And so I'll take August 10th and I'll basically go back. Starting July 10th, I'll start watering heavily. We will double our watering during what's called the enlargement phase. The enlargement phase happens once the peach tree has decided what fruit it wants to drop and which fruit it wants to keep. This is only decided by the current growing season. If the growing season is drier, it'll drop more of its fruit and it'll keep more of its fruit to reach full maturity. Or it'll keep more fruit on and those fruit will just be smaller because the water will be dispersed between all the fruits. The job of the fruit tree is to make the fruit as appealing as possible to animals. That means the larger the fruit is, the more appealing it will be. It's basic fruit physiology. And so what we want to do is we want to take advantage of that enlargement phase. Watering earlier before the enlargement phase will do nothing. It really won't do much other than keep the fruit on the tree, which it probably would have stayed on anyways if you're watering on a regular basis. So doubling the water during the enlargement phase will help the plant take more water and put it where it needs it most, which is the fruit. The fruit then is larger and you get about 75% of your size coming during the enlargement phase. So if you double your watering, we give our plants 1 inch of water per week, we'll give our plants 2 inches of water per week, which is about 5 gallons of a tree about this size per week. And that might seem excessive, But call me excessive and I get fruit like this. So I don't mind if it seems excessive, because that amount of water is what helps the plant realize that it can keep all that fruit on and grow to the size that it is. And I hope this tip helps. I really hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that you've learned something new. If you did, make sure to give this video a huge thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not yet already, and we'll catch y'all later on tomorrow's episode. See ya. Bye.